So in today's video, I'm gonna show you how I turned this into this. But first, I have to do something very important.
Alright, I'm getting Chick-fil-A.
After successfully retrieving my Chick-fil-A, I went through my email and found Hyroth. Alright, so first up we got Hyroth. Hey, what's up KUCES? I want you to fix my buildup. I feel like there could be a better transition to it and a better hit to the drop. I'm not someone who does sound design that much, that's why there are only samples in this project, but I think that'll be easy for you to follow. For the drop, if you can try and fix the mixing a little bit, I feel like the drop feels very harsh for the ears and I feel like it needs more energy and power to the basses. If you can add more flow to it, it'll be great. Alright, let's go ahead and take a listen to what we got here. Alright, so I definitely like the idea he's got going here. As far as mixing goes, it definitely feels like it's too flat in my opinion. So I'm going to try and keep it somewhat similar in regards to what samples I'm using, and I'll go from there.
2,000 years later.
So I kept the kick, open hi-hat, and hat the same, and I threw on an extra ride and a clap that were mine. And then I changed the side chain LFO just to be a little bit wider. And for the main synth, I just stuck with the mob synth that he had. And the sample was already mixed fairly clean, so I only threw like an EQ on there. And I just changed the flow up a little bit to make this the main synth of the drop. And for the variation on the second half, so the sound is super sick. All I did was change all of it down one note, added a variation with the melody just to give it some more character to the drop. The kind of ambience things I added were this chant right here, along with this tonal mob synth that Hyroth already had in his track originally, but I just altered it a little bit so it's more reverbed. And then this utility thing I always use, it fills up the background. I didn't like the lasers he was using, so I used some of my own. And then I threw a brass in the background. And then a vocal chop. And as far as the fill goes, I just altered the synth to reverse it in E3 mono, stretched it out along with my vocal that I typically use on my songs, and then the brass one semitone higher just to keep the melody going of the track. So I just have a kick in the pre-drop along with the cymbal and hi-hat. And then I threw this E3 mono kick on I learned from Mob's video. And the same Reese and Shit Show one shot that Hyroth is using originally. And then my pre-drop vocal that I went ahead and recorded. As far as the buildup goes, I had the main synth, I just resampled it and made it into more of an intro flow to where you can follow it. It'll still be catchy and it's hinting at the drop. And I just have that with a washout. I threw some ambience in there along with my vocal just to fill up the space more and some more risers because I know he wanted more energy in the buildup. And then as far as drums in the buildup, I just have that same reverse E3 mono kick into a kick on each of the bars and then every fourth step along with a snare. And then as far as the main synth goes, I did have a automation on the side chain to where it's all getting reverbed up. So eventually it all reverbs into a high pass reverb, which essentially just makes it very flat sounding and helps transition into the pre-drop very nicely. After countless hours revamping, refinishing, touching this track, I present you the final result. truth. And that's basically the whole track. I kept it very simple. I didn't go too extensive in the intro. I felt like Hyroth just had too many synths to work with and samples. So I hope you guys like what I did to the track. Drop a like if you like the video. Drop a comment. I really love reading all your comments, so if you guys can drop one, that'd mean the world to me. Besides that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, peace out.